today, this video, not today, but this video is talking about function composition. Function composition we did back in October 28th. So these are the rules for function composition. And then there was just all examples. So that is what we're doing today, function composition. If you remember, we talked about it as fog and goff. That O is not a multiply sign. That's why it's open. It is showing composition. It's how we show composition with that little open dot. It's not an actual O. It's a little dot. It's open, not closed. So it's not multiplication and it's not an actual O, but it's just easier to talk about it as fog and goff. Okay, and what that is a function inside of a function. Whatever function is first is the outside function. Whatever function is second goes inside the variable for, it's like the plugin, basically, for the first function. Okay, so you're going to have some problems where you just find fog and goff, or if it's h of g, whatever functions are labeled, because they could be labeled with any letters, not just f and g. Okay, but we're also going to have some problems where we do composition, but we also find a value. So these ones, when we have a plug-in of a number, you're going to have an answer of a number. These ones where your plug-in is x, then you're going to have an answer that's an expression with x in it. Okay, always make sure to simplify. We're adding like terms and things like that. Okay, so function composition. Here we're doing fog, which means f is on the outside, g is on the inside. So it's like f, and then g is the plug-in for f. So our f, 3x squared minus x plus 4. Notice wherever I said x, I put an empty parentheses. And what this means, this is my plug-in. So whatever my g of x is going to go everywhere I see an x. So I have 2x minus 1 here and 2x minus 1 here. Okay. Then we do the order of operations. Order of operations say we have to do the exponent first. So that means that 3 is going to stick around. This 2x minus 1 is actually 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. I'm going to simplify this a little bit first. 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1, and we have 3. And then when we distribute, FOIL, distribute, box method, whatever, you have to multiply those together, however you do it. So I got 4x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 1. And I could multiply that all by 3. Now that's next. There. So I can multiply that all by 3, and I get 12x squared minus 6x plus 3. Then that was just this first part. That gets distributed, the minus gets distributed, so we get negative 2x plus 1 plus 4. And then we combine like terms. Biggest exponent first. So 12x squared has nothing to combine with. 12x squared. Then we have minus 6x minus 6x minus 2x. So negative 6 and a negative 6 make a negative 12. So that makes it a negative 14. And then here we have the 3 and a 4 and a 1. So 3 plus 1 plus 4 is 8. So this would be your answer. Okay, so whatever function is first, you write it, except where x is, you put big parentheses. And in those big parentheses, you write your other function inside of it, and then you just do order of operations for simplifying. Okay. Goff, G of f. Okay, G of f of x. So that means G is going to be on the outside, and f of x is our plug-in. Okay. So this plug in. This plug in. Okay, plug in. We start with our G function. So wherever there's an X, put a big parentheses. And inside that big parentheses, you put your other function. Okay. We don't have exponents to deal with, so we do have a bit of distribution to deal with. Oops, that went too far. Should have thrown it there. Okay, so 2 times 3x squared is 6x squared minus 2x plus 8 minus 1. And then combine like terms. Well, 6x squared has nothing to combine with. Minus 2x, that has nothing to combine with. We have plus 8 minus 1, which is plus 7. And this would be your official answer. Now, between the two, Fogg and Goff, one of them is usually easier. In this case, the second one was easier. The first one took a little bit more work. And that's normal. That usually happens. One of them is easier, one of them is harder. Make sure to pay attention to the two functions that you're using and which one goes first. Okay, the one that goes first is the one you put the big parentheses in. You just write it normal, except big parentheses in place of x. Okay, so make sure to pay attention to which is first. The other one is the plug-in. Okay, now, here, when we do this, f is first. G, oops, there. G of -2 is our plug-in. There's a couple different ways to do this. So one way is to do the same thing that we did. Another way, and this is the way I like to do it, I like to do the inside one first and then plug it in. So this plugs in to G, and then G plugs into F. So it kind of works its way out. So -2 plugs into G. So I'm going to do G of -2. G is 2x minus 1, and you plug in the -2. There we go. So 2 times -2 is -4 minus 1 is -5. Okay, so now we can replace G of -2, and we have F. G of -2 we found is -5. So the F function, 3x squared minus x plus 4. -5 is our x. Okay, so first we plug in 2 to G, and that gives us G -2. Then I just basically rewrote this, replaced with the -5 we found. Okay, and then we plug in -5, and we do the order of operations. Order of operations state we do the exponent first. So -5 times -5 is a positive 25. Negative times negative is a positive 5. So we get 75 plus 5 plus 4. So 75 plus 5 is 80, plus 4 is 84. And that would be our official answer. Okay. So last problem. Okay, so this one has G on the outside. F is on the inside with the plug-in of -2. Okay, so starting with the F function. So you start with the inside, work your way out. So here we started with the G function. Here we're going to start with the F function. Okay, so starting with my F function, 3x squared minus x plus 4. I replace x's with my plug-in. My plug-in is -2. Okay. Oh, I should label this. This is f of -2 only. There. That's f of -2. Okay, so let's simplify that. We have -2 squared. So that is 3 times 4. -2 times a -2 is a +4. Negative times negative is a +2 plus 4. So that is 12 plus 2 plus 4. So 12 plus 2 is 14, plus 4 is 18. Now I have my G function. G of 18. I got 18. F of -2 was 18. We found that out right there. So that's my new plugin. My new plugin, G of 18. So G function is 2x minus 1. We found 18 as our plugin. So 2 times 18 is 36 minus 1, which is 35, and that would be our official answer. So problems like this are basically two plugins. Oh, sorry, I did not know that was not showing. So problems like this are two plugins. You do the first plugin on the inside, and then whatever you get there, you plug in for the outside function. Okay? Plug in on the inside, plug in on the outside. And that is it for function composition.